Hey guys, just a quick update because it's about 4 a.m. where I am, and obviously I can't really cover this whole election nonsense, this cult holiday, all the way through. I'll be waking up to whoever is the slave master tomorrow, but the winner is not you. It's definitely not you. The loser is every single person watching this right now. If you're in the United States, it's a cult holiday. If Joe Biden wins, maybe the people on the right that have the guns that are against this insane tyranny will get off their hands and stop sitting on their hands. If Donald Trump wins, there's still going to be riots, but he's not really the person in charge. Though they say that he claims he's not going to commit to a further lockdown. So basically, either way, I mean, honestly, we win, we lose. Again, like I said, if Biden wins, maybe all the people that have been sitting on their hands since 2016 will stop sitting on their hands and stop depending on some guy, some faith in some almighty leader to save them. And if Trump wins, perhaps we might see the riots, but perhaps we won't see further lockdowns. I don't know. It comes down to a state to state issue anyway. The biggest thing that seems to be on the ballots right now is actually just legalization of marijuana in many states. And it's funny because marijuana legalization is like asking the government to give you back a right that they took away for you, and the price to that right, because they take away the right and they give it back to you at a price. The price of that right being, extortion, regulation, et cetera, et cetera. So many people are in prison right now that both sides of the spectrum put in prison for doing absolutely nothing wrong. So I want to just conclude tonight, as it is 4 a.m. here and I have to go to bed. Keep in mind that taxation is theft, government is organized crime. Free Ross Ulbricht, free Michael Edwards. Go and check out the petitions to get Ross Ulbricht freed. freeross.org, and then also check out the Free Michael Now petition to get Michael Edwards free from being in prison for, I think it was a 65-year sentence for a tablespoon of cocaine. Under the crime bill, well, under the tough on crime crap from the early 90s of the Democrats, so the Republicans were equally involved because they wanted it to be even more harsh. He's been in jail now for 27 years. So go over there. That's where a vote might actually make a difference. At least in theory, you can actually get people to see that this is what's wrong with our society, that people like Julian Assange is thrown in prison and tortured for revealing facts, while criminal politicians who are involved in murdering millions of people are making a ton of money, and people are calling them their leader, like a cult. And at the same time, you have people who had a tablespoon of cocaine in prison for 27 years so far, facing 65 overall, or someone that built a website like Ross Ulbricht is facing the rest of his life in prison. It's wrong, it's disgusting, and it's everything that's wrong with our society. While people are worried about who's going to rule them and who's going to rule their neighbor, I said last night that it's a really lame, pathetic, loser thing to do, to vote for your own master. It's criminal to vote for your neighbor's master. Anyway, right now we have these results. So far, 131 Joe Biden, 92 Donald Trump. All right, well, it looks like I don't know who's going to win. And like I said, it's going to be any of us. Be prepared for some manufactured chaos. And be prepared to defend yourself, my friends, regardless of who wins. Who wins a position of getting to steal your money and reallocate it as they please. It's all bullshit. All of it's bullshit. So, don't participate. And again, go to freeross.org and also go to the change.org petition to free Michael Now, Michael Edwards. Anyway, that's the only thing that means a damn thing going forward, is your fellow man not ruling your fellow man. Both of these guys are pathetic criminals that are ruled by the deep state, as some might call it, people deep, deep within the government, But the whole concept of government in itself is organized crime, and they are using this scenario, this idea, this cult, this religion that they can, by the consensus of 51%, rule the 49%, steal half of their money and give it to their neighbor to do stupid shit that the neighbor doesn't want. That's wrong. There's no ethical reasoning for that. If you want to go join another cult and leave me out of it, go for it. But otherwise, I'm not sure if Trump's going to win in a landslide, Joseph. You know, I've been 60% sure that Biden's going to win and 40% sure that Trump's going to win. But I just really don't care. I'm going to Egypt in a few days where they don't have lockdowns, and just trying to survive as a human being, because that is a responsibility of all people. The basis of freedom itself is responsibility, my friends, and at the end of the day, it comes down to you taking control over yourself, and taking responsibility over yourself, being self-sustainable, and not asking for someone to save you from the problems that they created in the first place, or the entity that they're running within created in the first place. It's all nonsense. It's a dead end, and it's a paradox, and people on all sides of the spectrum and outside try to get you excited about this cult holiday, and it's a cult holiday. It's a religious cult holiday, and I think people should disobey and not participate. Anyways, like I said, freeross.org and free Michael now. Go to the Michael Edwards change.org petition. Those are the only votes that matter, and not that it's good to ask the government to get these people out of prison. It's the fact that it's their life, you know, their life depends on it. So Daryl Hicks says, see ya in Cairo, bro. Why are you going? But yeah, anyway, I will be making videos there. Looking forward to getting to Cairo, Egypt. And Dan Dick says he hopes he's wrong. Margaret says, can't stay, I'm with Ford Stream in DC. Smooches. All right. Yeah, anyway, there's a lot of better streams to watch. I've been just watching Steven Crowder and Joe Rogan and shaking my head that some people still actually believe in this whole thing. But, you know, it's crazy. People will get enslaved and they'll be like, well, but that guy will save me from further enslavement and he'll set it back one tick back. It's like 5 ticks forward, 1 tick back. 5 ticks forward, 1 tick back. It's like, great. So now I have the amount of freedom I had 5 months ago. Great, thank you. That's really an improvement. I got my freedom from the government. No, you didn't get the freedom from the government. Freedom comes from within. You are the freedom or you're not. You're either free or you're a slave. You don't have rights as an external thing. You are the right or you're a slave. But yeah, I called Trump back in 2015. Then Trump actually promoted my channel and started sharing it. I became the #1 story on Drudge Report a couple years ago because of it. Alex Jones, Sean Hannity, Tea Party, all that kind of stuff. And then I ended up with a whole bunch of his supporters on because Trump was sharing my videos, and I had to explain that I'm consistent. I don't care if it gains me popularity or loses me popularity. I'm just consistent in the sense that we need to own ourselves, take responsibility over ourselves, and stop looking for someone outside, some external force to save us outside of, you know, the Almighty, if you might want to put it that way. There's really a huge problem with people getting distracted by this nonsense, this cult nonsense. And again, rights aren't external. You don't own it in your hand. This isn't like something that you hold in your hand. You either are a right or you aren't a right. And if you aren't a right, you're a slave. So stop giving up your freedoms and be free. Live by example. Defend yourself. Disobey. And stop falling into the traps of this establishment that pushes both sides against you, to clash people against each other, to divide and conquer. It's all, it is a plan, and no one should succumb to it. Anyways, I'm going to get going because, like I said, it's 4 a.m. where I am here in Kotor, Montenegro. It is late, and I will wake up to some nonsense and some riots, I'm sure. I'll probably cover it in the middle of the night for you guys, where most of you guys are, and yeah. Anyway, freeross.org and the free Michael Edwards petition at change.org. Free Michael now. Much better thing to vote on. Anyway, talk to you later. I'm falling asleep. Talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.